Today I am joined by Sci-Fi, Ironmaster, Hardly, Swappy, Mr. Nightwing, Lunar, and Mr. Zeke. We were each given 3 hours over the course of a week to model an axe. 5 of these artists were able to submit their recordings of the process, and due to limitations on screen real estate, I will be alternating mine and Hardly's out throughout the time-lapse. For future jams, I'm going to restrict the amount of footage to just myself and 3 other people to solve this issue, but for now, this is what we're going to do. So sit back, relax, enjoy the time-lapse, and I'll catch you at the end to talk about the final renders. All right, great work, everyone. That was a really fun jam to do. Before we talk about these renders, I just want to go ahead and tell you what we're doing. Every once in a while in my Discord, we like to do something called a modeling jam, where we have a set amount of time to model or sculpt something of the same topic, sort of like a game jam, except with 3D modeling. So this is our second one, and we chose Axe or War Axe. If you would like to participate in upcoming jams, we'll try to do them every so often. Feel free to join the Discord down in the description below. And from now on, the way I want to structure these is 3 people that submit their footage are going to get their footage featured in the time-lapse video, and everyone who submits a render will have their render displayed at the end. This is going to help out quite a lot with the screen real estate issue, and there's also just simply the logistical issue of getting trying to get 8 people to record was difficult. Not everyone did. Not everyone was using the correct file format. There was a lot of problems that went in tow with that. So I have to revamp this system for the next one and make it a little more robust. But regardless, here we go. Let's hop into the renders. I'm going to start off with mine. I don't have much to say about it. This character here was using the MB Labs built-in Blender plugin. Simply just used her for a pose. And I tried modeling out a basic axe shape and then doing some sculpting with the multi-res modifier and some alpha brushes that I got off ArtStation. It did not work out how I thought it would, but this was my first time doing anything like this. So I'd consider it a successful first attempt, a good learning experience. Nothing that I want to showcase on any portfolio or anything like that. But that's the point of these jams, just to try something you haven't done before, get out there, make mistakes, and learn. So let's move on to Sci-Fi's. And I really like his render. It was a different interpretation than anyone else did. This was, I assume, done with Hard Ops, Decal Machine, and Box Cutter, because Sci-Fi, just speaking to him on the Discord, those are the add-ons of his choice. No one else took this real hard surface sci-fi approach that Sci-Fi did. Looks really good. I don't have any critique of it. I mean, really, I can't critique any of these pieces in my opinion because they were made on a time crunch. I mean, that's the nature of the jam. It was just do it fast, or not necessarily do it fast. Do it within the time frame. Get as far as you can. If you don't finish, oh well. I mean, that's part of the jam. Just submit what you have. Moving on to Einmeister, let's look at his render. I actually don't quite understand this one, but it's a Terraria reference from my understanding, and the axe guitar is a weapon in the game. Never seen anyone model with these little bricks before. Looks cool, looks like it took a lot of time to get those colors in there. I'm not a fan of making pixel art. I find it kind of difficult, so I'm sure it took a while. Definitely, I think the background is where it is weakest. So pop in like a Terraria background or something. I think you'd have yourself I think it looks good, but I think that would definitely improve it. But that's just one man's humble opinion. Let's move on to the next one. Look at Hardly's submission. Now, Hardly has taken a rather low poly, stylized approach to this. I like how he has the stenciling on there, similar to mine. And yeah, I mean, this could be a game asset you see in any low poly game. So good job, Harley. Let's go take a look at Swappy's. Swappy, you took it to the texturing phase, and you textured it, I assume, in Substance Painter. You got some materials in there. Looks really good. The design of the axe, really like it. You picked a good reference image. Really strong axe overall. Don't have any complaints with it. Moving on to Mr. Nightwing's. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the most up-to-date render for you, Mr. Nightwing. I did not find it in the upload directory, and this is the latest one I could find on the Discord. But I know this isn't the finished one, so. But from what we see here, I like your approach. Very stylized, sculpted wood. Looks like it was turning out really well. So good job. I know you're sculpting with a mouse, which is something very difficult to do. Let's move on to Lunar, and this is a really good one as well. Unfortunately, you're not really able to see it in this image, but there is some detailing on the grip as well. Looks really nice overall. great design, great reference image, great execution. So good job. Let's look at Mr. Zeke, the final one. And this is a rather toony axe. Looks good. I think it would look a lot better with a better toon shader. I don't know anything about toon shaders, but I think it looks good. It's a very stylized axe. It's quite unique compared to the rest, and all these are so unique from each other. That's why these jams are so fun, because everyone has such a radically different result. You just have an idea pop up in your head and you run with it. And I didn't really want to do this commentary at the end, but a few of the guys in the Discord, guys and gals, wanted me to talk about it. I can't really critique anything too much because this was all done on a time crunch. Everything looks great. Definitely a fun time. Took me a little while to get the video out, but things have been going on. So anyways, stay tuned for more videos like this one. Stay tuned for a free course coming to YouTube on creating some game assets with Blender and Substance Painter. And if you like the content and you want to support, I just opened up a Patreon that will hopefully garner some traction and allow me to spend more time creating educational content. Not like this. This is more for fun, but content that is focused on beginners, novices, and intermediates and improving their skills in creating great 3D art. So if that interests you, check the description down below for all my info, and I will see you in the next one.